Morning, ladies and gentlemen, students. Thank you once again, parents, for joining us today. You're very welcome. And we'll start with the acknowledgement of country. Thank you, Preston.
We respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land where we gather as one this last time, the Yagara, Gayabul and Jarowa people. We recognise that this land continues to be sacred to them. We hail them as guardians of the earth and of all things that grow and breed in the soil, as trustees of the waters, the streams and rivers, and the ponds and lakes. Their treasured heritage of country has been passed on since the dreaming to all who now call this place home. We acknowledge the wrongs done to the first peoples by newcomers to this land, and we seek to be partners with them in righting those wrongs and in living in peace and harmony. Our country is talking about voice, treaty and truth. The Uluru Statement from the Heart is an invitation to all Australians to walk with us towards justice and true reconciliation. Let us join our hands and hearts together in peace. Let us heal one another and this land and all that lies within, beneath and around.
We call to mind that we are in the presence of our ever-loving God, and so we begin this prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Creator God, we give thanks for the wonderful gift of life, with all its joys and responsibilities, its experiences and opportunities. We give thanks for our work honestly done, for our games well played, for all the truth we have learned, the good we have been able to achieve, and for precious memories made. Help us to complete this year of our life and begin the new in the peace, the joy and the courage of our being, which is your loving gift to all who will accept it.
For true community does not come about all at once. It grows by God's grace and the constant efforts of each of us. It needs to be built up each day into a community of faith and love, by prayer and the Eucharist, by listening and sharing the Word of God. At the same time, it needs to be built up as a human community, knitted together by strong relationships where each one brings their talents and knows that they are recognized, accepted, heard, encouraged, and challenged. Keep us thankful all our days for our MSc Downlands education, for the wisdom we have gained, for the challenges we have faced, and for the connections we have made with others. Fortes in fide, so that we may be on earth forever and always the heart of God. We conclude our prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
And I'd invite you to be upstanding for our opening hymn. Thank you. Please be seated. And please make welcome College Principal, Mr. Stephen Cook.
Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome. Firstly, I'd like to welcome Father Vince Carroll, MSc, Father Peter Hendricks, MSc, our parents, our online guests, our staff members who are here today, and the students. As I begin, I would like to acknowledge Father Vince and Father Bob, who have been integral to the Downlands community this year, and the MSc priests and brothers who have shaped this community over a long period of time. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we work and live and recognise their continuing connection to land, water and community. I pay respect to the elders past, present and emerging and acknowledge the important role Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have within the Downlands community. This morning, the students and the staff have already heard many wise words from Father Vince, Father Peter, from our representative from the St Vincent de Paul Society, and Mr Oakes. I guess I would like to build on that a little bit and talk about things that often we take for granted or we hear so often they become a little bit blasé. And a couple of them you see all the time when you come to this venue. The first one is to my side here with Father Jules. And probably the bit I'd like to focus on is the bottom, where it says no room for cowards. What I would like you to think about as you listen for the next few moments is changing that to courage. Because Father Jules, who was responsible for the formation of the MSc, was a courageous man and made many courageous decisions. And probably people didn't see those decisions until much later in life. At a time in France where there was political turmoil, where the church was probably on the outer, he made the decision to send the MSc priests worldwide, and he stayed in France. A very courageous decision. We wouldn't be where we are today without that. Two of the constitutions we use quite often are Constitution 32 and 33. I'd just like to read 32 and then reflect back with the word courage sitting in it. Ours is a spirit of family and a spirit of true friendship, formed by kindness and understanding, by compassion and mutual forgiveness, by gentleness, humility and simplicity, by hospitality and a sense of humour. I think being a young person, and probably especially being a parent, takes a great deal of courage. The society we're in at the moment, with the social media, the impacts of inflation, the natural disasters, the pandemics, has made us be much more courageous. And I think when we come back to Constitution 32, it's talking much more than about a spirit. It is actually talking about family. I believe the MSc and the brothers who wrote this constitution were incredibly clever, because families, whether it be yours or whether it be the MSc family, first and foremost start with friendship. There's kindness, there's understanding, there's compassion, there's mutual forgiveness, there's gentleness, humility, simplicity, hospitality and a sense of humour. They're not words, it's how you live your life. It's just been put into words in this constitution. It also shows a level of imperfection. Families are not perfect. This takes hard work, which comes back to the word courage. Without courage, families don't exist. And as I said, they're not perfect. So it is very, very important that we reflect on those words and don't just take it, oh, it's in Constitution 32. It's on a little red card. That's not what it's about. It's about what's in your heart and how you treat each other, whether it's in your family, in your house, your family in the school, or the broader Downlands family that extends from 1931 onwards. And we certainly are in a changing world with that. This time next year, we'll have prep to year 11 sitting here. Not sure how that's going to look, but it will be a challenge, like it has been this year doing prep interviews. They're very, very different to interviewing year 10 and year 11 students. And certainly the chairs and the tables have taken a fair bit of damage with texters and balls and all sorts of things. But it has been a joy having those students come in. The second part with courage is Constitution 33. You've already heard that today from Angus, but I will repeat it. And it formed around our theme this year, come to the table. True community does not come about all at once. It grows by God's grace and the constant efforts of each of us. It needs to be built up each day into a community of faith and love, by prayer and the Eucharist, by listening and sharing the Word of God. At the same time, it needs to be built up as a human community, knitted together by strong relationships, where each one brings their talents and knows that they are recognised, accepted, heard, encouraged and challenged. I'd just like to change one word for the moment in that. Right at the start, instead of true community, true family. And then tie the last couple of sentences in. True family, bring their talents, know they are recognised, accepted, heard, encouraged and challenged. We respect all that come to our table. Every family member has their unique talents. Each person needs to remember that their unique talents are valued greatly. May not necessarily be today with a certificate, but you are very, very important to our community. Just as you are to your family when you go home and sit around your family table. So what I encourage you to be is courageous. We use two cards, they're both in red, little one and a big one. They're constitutions, but it is really about how you live that out. And I encourage you as you move through into 2023 to have that courage to call out people who are not living in a Downlands or MSC way, who are not really truly showing kindness, who don't show compassion, mutual forgiveness, or gentleness. That's really, really difficult. But that's where the word courage becomes so important. And we need you to be courageous, not just for now, but so our future, our community in the future, has courageous leaders, and that's you. So please don't hear Constitution 32 and 33 and read through them like they are there all the time. They have huge meaning, and you need to take that into your heart and make sure that you are being a great person with it, because that's what you have for the rest of your life. Certainly understand this year's been a challenge for you and for everybody. If we go back to the start of the year, and sometimes it's hard to think back, we had the late start to school. COVID shut us down for a little period of time. It caused things to be missed, like school camps. We thought we were just over that. Then we had floods. School camps were cancelled again. As we've moved through the year, we've gone through challenges, inflation being one of them, food costs, sometimes not just costs, availability, what's on the shelf. But on the other side, we look a little bit further, how has that impacted the livelihood of some of our farmers and producers? Fuel costs. Parents give up so much to continue to provide you with opportunities while costs around them rise. You should be very, very grateful to what your parents are giving you. We have been able to have some very memorable events. The musical, I'm sure anyone that was in it or saw it will never forget it. Marici Chevalier Cup, O'Callaghan Cup. We've had new initiatives within the school, the Giga Griffins. There's lots to be very proud of and very thankful for. So I am very, very grateful for all that we've been able to provide our community this year. I would like to thank our staff, the administration staff and support staff, the boarding staff, our teachers, and probably one of the biggest groups this year, our relief staff. We've had a lot of relief teachers in for a lot of time during the year, and they've allowed your students' education to continue as normal. A lot of schools struggled very much to have those relief staff in. We've got a wonderful relationship with our relief staff and are very grateful for them. Parents and families, thank you so much for your support. Downlands is very holistic and needs you. You're part of our family. You're part of Constitution 32 and 33. You journey with us, you journey with the students. Their joy is your joy, their disappointment is your disappointment. So thank you for all that you do. To the students, you are the heartbeat of Downlands. It is very, very important you be the best people you can be. You be courageous individuals. There will always be disappointment, but courage will move you through that. I would also like to farewell a number of staff who are leaving us at the end of this academic year. They've had a significant impact over different periods of time and will have had different relationships with families and with students, but would certainly like to acknowledge them. The staff who are finishing at the end of this year at Downlands, Mr Tooley, Ms Myers, Mr Park Ballet, Ms Maddie Parks-Moller, Mr West, Mrs McMartin, Mr Graham Buchanan and Ms Beckinsale. If you can just join with me in thanking those staff for all they've done for us. In finishing, I would like to wish everyone a very, very safe break, a happy Christmas, and look forward to seeing everyone back in red and blue for 2023, which will be such a different but special year as we start prep to year 12. So thank you.
And now to commence the presentation of awards, I'd ask you to please welcome the Assistant Principal Teaching and Learning, Mrs Subria.
Good morning and welcome to the families that have joined us face-to-face and to those that are joining us online today. Before I do commence the awards ceremony, I'd firstly like to acknowledge that currently at Downlands we have approximately 900 students from Year 4 to Year 11. And today in the program we acknowledge approximately 200 students. Before we do acknowledge those 200 students, I want to acknowledge all students at Downlands who have engaged with their learning this year and have grown as learners, and understand that not everybody can receive an award today, but your hard work is seen throughout Downlands. Lastly, I'd like to thank the staff from a teaching and learning perspective, whether that's the day staff, whether it's the boarding staff, the staff in the office, and also a huge thank you to Mrs Bernie Lynch, who's helped put this together, as well as the 2 administration assistants that Teaching and Learning has had this year. Mrs Emily Hagan, who's currently on maternity leave, and Miss Juanita Willett, who's helping as well while Emily's on leave. So we're going to start the program of the awards, and we're going to start with the junior school. For the junior school, we're going to join both the application and the academic studies together, so that they can see the award ceremony. If they were sitting in amongst the other academic students, they may find it difficult to see, just in case you're wondering why that's occurring. So in a moment, I'll invite Mrs Cara Locke to the lectern to announce the Application to Studies Awards. But they're awarded to students who've shown excellent application to study across a range of subject areas. And after the application, we will have Mrs Rebecca Brownhall, the head of the junior school, announce the academic achievements, and they're awarded to students who've gained a very high level of achievement across a range of subject areas. Today, as the students are announced, the college is going to ask that you hold your applause, and the staff member who's announcing the awards will lead the applause at the end of a group of students. Given that there's 200 students, if we clapped every student, we'd be here for most of the rest of the day. So handing over now to Ms. Cara Locke. Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure to be able to announce the Application to Studies Awards for the junior school today. For Grade 4, Charlotte Fitzgibbon. Archie Bruton. And Poppy McNichol. Would you please join with me to congratulate our Year 4 award winners? For Year 5, Application to Studies Awards, Kate Booths. Haven Gardner. Ebony Herbener. And Olivia McNichol. Would you join with me to congratulate our Year 5 winners? Our Year 6 Application to Studies Awards winners are Zachary Bray, Grace Barima, Rose Barima, and Evie Fisher. Would you join with me to congratulate our Year 6 winners? I now call on Mrs. Rebecca Brown-Hall.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the Academic Achievement Awards for the Junior School. In Year 4, Academic Achievement Awards, Lily Carter. Alice Patterson. Penelope Tudman. And the Downlands Award for Academic Excellence in recognition of excellence in Year 4 is awarded to Penelope Tudman. Year 5 Academic Achievement Awards, Thomas Lyon. Maisie Norton. Sienna Stark. Benjamin Vogler. The Downlands Award for Academic Excellence in recognition of excellence in Year 5 is awarded to Benjamin Vogler. The Year 6 Academic Achievement Awards, Hallie Adam. Sasithmi Kavitayagula. Liam Hughes. Arthur Tudman. The Downlands Award for Academic Excellence in recognition of excellence in Year 6 is awarded to Arthur Tudman. I'd like to invite Ms. Sue Weir back to the lectern.
We now move to the presentation of awards for application to studies in the secondary school. This is awarded to students who have shown excellent application to study across a range of subject areas. So for the Year 7 awards, I'll ask Miss Maggie Pembroke, Year 7 leader, to the lectern.
Our Year 7 award recipients are Fletcher Brownhall, Oliver Brownhall, Aidan Day, Gabrielle Drew, Lillian Gatehouse, Elspeth Hamwood, Genevieve Hyde, Lucy Kruger, Ethan Lau, Tess McLean, Vivian Pearce, Erica Poole, Noelle Stakes, and Minia Tao. Can we please congratulate and applause our Year 7 recipients? I'd now like to welcome Year 8 leader Mr Philip Yates to the stand.
I feel privileged to announce the awards for Year 8. Bree Adam, Emily Blair, Angela Chang, Evelyn Cornish, Lily Day, Harry Dewan, Brock Jarks, Lila Matheson, Hannah Owens, Alexander Phillips, Sally Sinclair, Gemma Smith, and Grace Tunney. Would you join me in congratulating the Year 8s? Would Miss Russell please come to the lectern to announce the Year 9 awards?
It gives me great pleasure to announce the following awardees in Year 9. Sophia Bartlett. Nicholas Boyd. Isabella Dwan. Anne Fitzgerald. Lainey Herbener. Sarah Holman and Darcy Kelly, both who are absent today. Lily Mulcahy. Thomas Pearce. Bridie Rush. Jemima Smith. Hayden Waddell. And Oscar Zappa, absent today. Congratulations, Year 9s. I now call upon Mr. Ben Wright to come to the stage.
Morning. I'd like to present the awards to the Year 10 students for their application to studies. Starting with Gracie Bell. Tim Birrell. Alex Bray. Molly Casey. Brannon Clerahue. Grace Cooper. Lara Fitzgerald. Taylor Golly. Grace Green. Charlotte Hanson. Lola Hunt. Gemma Osmond. Ella Pitts. Alina Seacombe. Finally, Hayley Westman. Cool. If you'd acknowledge me, not acknowledge me, join me in acknowledging our Year 10 recipients. But you can acknowledge Mr. Dom Cullen, who is the leader of Year 11, who's going to come up and do those awards.
It is now my pleasure and privilege to announce the Year 11 awardees. Gemma Fryer. Macy Hill. Nicholas Holmes. Lily Kirkbride. Grace Kruger. Emma Lawson. In his absence, George Knott. Matthew Riley. Miles Robinson. Soph Smith. Emily Stapleton. And in her absence, Kylan van Greren. Please join with me to congratulate these students. And I'll now invite Mr. Oakes back to the microphone to introduce our musical item.
Ladies and gents, we're going to have a bit of a musical interlude. So we will reshuffle a few things up here before we welcome Angus Bennett's, accompanied by Mrs. Alison Reithmuller, who are going to perform The Listener. So please make them welcome. One of the loveliest things about working in a school like this is that events like this are punctuated by beauty like that. It was wonderful to hear, just as wonderful to watch a grand piano appear and disappear so seamlessly. Please put your hands together again for Angus and Mrs. Reed. And as chairs are shifted, I would like to welcome back Miss Weir to the stage.
We now move to the presentation of awards for academic achievement in the secondary school. This is awarded to students who have gained very high levels of achievement across a range of subject areas. To commence the Year 7 awards, I'll ask Mr. Rudy Gadella, team leader of the middle school, to come to the lectern.
The Year 7 award recipients are Amelia Bates, Isabel Biggs, Evelyn Braun, Elliot Hassel, Alexandria Heaton, Eugenie Lee, Elizabeth Lenton, Luke Murray, Darcy Murtagh, who's not here today, Sadie Patterson, Madeline Pearce, Evangelina Priklamanos, Evie Sharp, Zani Van Ardent, the Downlands Award for Academic Excellence in Year 7, Elizabeth Lenton. I'd now like to invite Mr. Michael Montefiore to the stage.
It is my pleasure to announce the Year 8 award recipients. Year 8 is Jack Back, Georgia Bieber, Charlotte Gallagher, Nina Gallagher, Audrey Mallow, Caleb Nolan, Bridie Norton, Alexander Patterson, Jessica Rowan, Joshua Stapleton, Zach Waters, and Zoe Welsh. And we'd also like to acknowledge the Downlands Award for Academic Excellence in Year 8 to Jessica Rowan. I'd now like to hand on to Miss Miranda Myers to introduce the Year 9 award winners.
Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to announce the Year 9 Academic Awards. Laurie Adam. Liliana Brownhall. Penelope Bruce. Ellen Cahill. Loretta Carpenter. Miles Barrington. Rusty Gillis. Ella Gunther. Sky Hassel. Oren Liang. William Murtagh. Paris Orr. Jenny Q. Claudia Russell. Piper Smith. And Jessica Tillman. And the Downlands Award for Academic Excellence in Year 9 goes to Claudia Russell. Please acclaim all of these students. And now I'll hand over to Miss Jan Lowry.
Okay, recipients of the awards for academic achievement in Year 10, Declan Campbell. Hudson Campbell. Francisca Dabel. Matthew Geisler. Lily Herring. Charlotte Johnson. Sam Luck. Claire Mathieson. Mackenzie Macaulay. Dakota Montgomery. Ruby Pascoe. Thomas Pigramenos. Oliver Rutherford. Thomas Sinclair. Rebecca Thomas. Chelsea Welsh. Carrie Wazilkowski. And the Downlands Award for Academic Excellence in Year 10 goes to Oliver Rutherford. Please acclaim all the recipients in Year 10. Now call on Mrs. Karen McLeod.
It is my pleasure to announce the recipients of the Year 11 Individual Subject Awards, awarded to the student who has gained the highest level of achievement in each subject based on internal assessment results for Units 1 and 2. For Certificate 1 in Agri-Food Operations and Certificate 2 in Rural Operations, James Barkle. Legal Studies, Literature, Modern History, Music, Study of Religion, Angus Bennetts. General Mathematics, Lara Brophy. Certificate 2 in Construction Pathways, Oliver Bruce. Essential Mathematics, Isabel Close. Certificate 3 in Fitness, Laura Conway. Health, Religion and Ethics, Georgia Caulfield. Sport and Recreation, Jake Crawford. Engineering, Will Cronk. Certificate 2 in Kitchen Operations, Sedona Doust. Certificate 2 in Engineering Pathways, Logan Flynn. Specialist Mathematics, Thomas Foley. Chemistry and Drama, Gemma Gallagher. Film, Television and New Media, Marriott Giron. Certificate 3 in Business, Lucy Gunther. Early Childhood Studies, Mackenzie Hartog. Certificate 3 in Business, Bianca Harwood. Visual Art, Jade Hassel. Agricultural Science, Eliza Lawless. Mathematical Methods, Physics, Sebastian Lee. Accounting, Chloe Ma. Biology, Riley Matthews. Certificate 3 in Sport and Recreation Rugby, Abby Mortimer. Dance, Alice Poltridge. Design, Elizabeth Peart. Business, Chloe Roach. Dance, Imogen Robotham. Essential English, Christian Riccardi Ryan. English, Physical Education, Holly Simmons. Visual Arts in Practice, Tate Stewart. The Downlands Award for Academic Excellence, Angus Bennett. Please acclaim our Year 11 recipients. Following this difficult photo, I'll invite Miss Sue Weir back to the mic.
Very challenging given the number of students, but let's acknowledge Mrs. Lambert for that wonderful photography there. And we paused because some of those students will also be coming for vocational education. I didn't want them to be caught out in a photo as well as being needed for that. So we now do move to the Vocational Education Awards. At Downlands in Year 10 and 11, this is a significant proportion of students who are embraced in the vocational education pathway as part of their studies. The first category of awards today is the Vocational Education Excellent in School-Based Apprenticeships or Traineeships. Some of the students will be absent today because they're embracing their traineeship or school-based apprenticeship today. But we will start with the Year 10s, Obi Kostikin, Charlotte Irwin, Jake Horston, Marika Murphy, and Holly Nichols. For Year 11, James Barkle, Ruby Beasley, Caleb Bruce, Braith Clark, Isabel Close, Christian Clover, Hardy Cook, Jessica Field, Leo Hughes, Matthew Hurst, Mackenzie Cook, Brodie Lynch. Nushani Massasamy, Charlie McMullen. Please join with me in acclaiming this category of winners. The next category is the Vocational Education Excellence in VET Certificates. It is awarded to students for excellent progress across the achievement of VET certificates. The first recipient, Phoebe Collins, Gemma Fryer. Zoe Geiger, Felicity Hutchinson, Georgia Kelly, Eliza Lawless, Emma Lawson, Hamish Laughlin, Oscar McGee, Jay Crisella Patalissimo Farmasuli, Christian Riccardi Ryan, Aidan Samuelson, Megan Savage, and Alex Tate. Please join with me in acclaiming the Vocational Excellence. The next category is the Southwest TAFE VET course completion. It is awarded to students for the successful completion of a vocational qualification. The first recipient, Laura Costigan. Lily May Manthly White. And Isabel Shepherd. Please join with me in acclaiming the Southwest Tape. We now move to the additional university awards and recognition. The first award is for the QUT Engineering Technology Prize, and this is awarded to the student for excellence in Year 11 Engineering Technology. The recipient this year, Will Cronk. And the next category is the University of Southern Queensland Head Start program in recognition of the successful completion of a first-year university subject in Year 11. The first recipient, Angus Bennett. A book ding. Alex Edgar. Thomas Foley. Grace Kruger. And Eliza Lawless. I now ask Mr. Chris Oakes to the lectern to announce the special awards.
Might clap them away as they depart, I think, ladies and gents. Well, it's my privilege to announce the special awards this afternoon. Firstly, the ADF Future Innovators Award for recognition of abilities in science and mathematics is awarded to Oliver Rutherford. The ADF Long-Term Leadership and Teamwork Award for leadership and teamwork initiatives across a range of college activities, Rebecca Thomas. The Glenn Slater Memorial Oratory Award for the winner of the Downlands Oratory Competition in the senior section, Lily Herring. The Junior Oratory Award for the winner of the Downlands Oratory Competition in the junior section, Liliana Brownhall. The Junior Oratory Award runner-up for the runner-up in the Downlands Oratory Competition junior section is Caleb Nolan. The Junior Young Voices Award for Downlands Public Speaking Award for Years 4, 5 and 6, Arthur Tudman. The Middle School Visual Art Prize, Liliana Brownhall. also awarded the prize for the creative re-entry in the awards process. The Cahill Prize for outstanding contribution to the cultural life of the college by a middle school student. There are two recipients, Claudia Russell and Seaton Robinson. The Keogh Myers Book Award for demonstrating excellence and achievement in STEM subjects. Again, there are two recipients, Oliver Rutherford and Sebastian Lee. And the Merrill School Achievement Medal for demonstrating commitment to studies this year goes to Max Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, could we put our hands together for the special award winners of 2022? We'll have to get one or two of these guys a wheelbarrow to get their goods home, I think. We'll acclaim the award winners once again as they make their way back to their seats. Mr. Wimmer has returned to the piano after his formal duties, and so I'd invite you all to stand for our concluding hymn.
Praise your voices.
Thank you, everyone. Please take a seat. All right. Ladies and gents, there's just a couple of minutes until our final bell for 2022 will sound. Thank you very much to the parents and guests once again for coming in and sharing this with us. We very much appreciate your company. Congratulations to all the awardees, and thank you to everybody who's been a part of this today. Certainly thank you to Mr. Wimmer, and again in the bio box, and all of the staff who have contributed to this. A lot of work, as you're aware, goes on behind the scenes. Thank you especially to the work of Mrs. Sue Weir, who has compiled these results, and to Mrs. Rebecca Brownhall, who has also compiled the results for the junior school. Behind the scenes, thank you to Mrs. Willett and Mrs. Bernadette Lynch as well. A lot of effort has gone into this, but we might acclaim those people if you wouldn't mind. I'd also like to acknowledge the work of the staff. Teaching, as we have said before and we know, is an increasingly challenging occupation. We're blessed to have a wonderful staff here, a talented staff, but people who come together collegially and supportively. It's quite a remarkable place to work. But every now and then it does strike me that we're very fortunate to work here as well. There are only so many places in the world, so many occupations where you can spend your day, for most of the day, listening to the sound of children's laughter, walking in and being greeted by children who are smiling and genuinely happy to see you. It's very, very rewarding, but we might acclaim the staff, please. Now, parents and guests, I'll ask you to stay here for a moment. There are literally 2 minutes left to go. I'm going to ask the students to head back to their year level areas, and then once that bell rings, they will be able to be dismissed. But students, you'll need to head back to your year level areas, obviously to collect your belongings and to thank your teachers, your PC teachers, very much for all of the work and effort they have put into you. Please head off.